All right, guys. You guys want to blow up your back? Saw I blow my back up. You want a mass building back workout? Try this. You want bulging lats? You want Tyrannosaurus traps? You guys want lats like Dorian Yates with half the work and half fucking genetics? You want to figure out how to not work hard, get big? You want, this is the shortcut channel.
There's ideas of stuff I want to talk about just comes. Are you recording this?
I'm recording.
Yeah. Stuff I want to talk about, it like pops in my head throughout the day. Like it could be training someone, or it could be a discussion I'm having with like someone I'm training or someone I know or whatever, and I'll just like immediately stop and write it down like in a note. Like this is all notes for videos that have like.
Jesus Christ.
It just keeps going, so it just adds on all the time, right? There's I don't know why I think it's so funny, but someone, Ian, put up a question and answer thing on his Instagram the other day, and I was like flicking through it on his story, and someone asked him, I don't know, obviously, whatever, I don't know who it was, but they're like, how do you feel now? How do you feel now that you're intuitively eating as opposed to like your bodybuilding? I'm like, do you mean eating? Like every human on the earth intuitively eats.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like you can't coin a term on just eating food every day. Like you guys have like dumbed this down so much and tried to make this bodybuilding world such a scientific community. Like there's terms for everything and there's variables and it's like intuitive eating. It's like walking up to an 8-year-old. What do you want to eat today? Stuff I like. Intuitive eating. Where do you come up with this shit? Like it doesn't need to be called something, right? Like it really doesn't. I've been doing a lot of, I can't smile when I do this. I've been doing a lot of rehab work for my shoulder. I talked to you guys about it already, but so there's obviously like super specific exercises that they get you to do to, you know, get your shoulder stability and mobility back because you basically compromised it all. So it's like, you know, ever since I started doing it, I feel like I'm basically one of these like science/anatomy physio dudes. Like I know, pretty much nailed like all the anatomical structures of the body and like how to fix things, and I've got a deeper understanding now of what's going on, right? So I think there's two exercises I do that I think will help guys and girls specifically on back training. That if they did it at the beginning of the training session, it would prime them to be able to lock down and feel things better and understand movement better, because that's basically the positions they're going to get in for this, or how they're going to progress, is literally how they should pull on a machine. And I'll show it after I do it, right? But so the first one is I don't know where you're going to get to. The first one is you have to just lay flat, right? So the idea is to, this area of your back or your neck, I've learned, is the clitoral area.
The what? The what?
What do you mean? Your clitoral spine.
I guess I could Google that.
That's what it is. You pull back, so you basically leave your head dead, and you literally pull back shoulders just enough to get them to retract a bit, and just hold head here.
Okay.
And then you let down. So you do holds of 6 seconds, right?
Okay.
Oh fuck, it's not clitoral. It's cervical. I knew it was anatomy, a female anatomy part. Fuck.
What?
Whatever.
What
Anyway,
are you talking about?
these guys don't know anything, man. Anyway, so that's the first one.
Okay.
And then the next one is to teach you how to like really retract your spatulas.
Your what?
At least your shoulder blades.
Are you cooking? Is it breakfast?
Your spatulas. Whatever, dude.
That's not it.
Like you need to know the terms to be able to do it. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
All right.
Anyway, so you basically start with that. There's different variations you can do it, but I'm being serious now. I'm not fucking around. So literally you pull shoulders, retract shoulders back off the pad and pull head up to the position you did here with just your head. So I'm going to retract shoulders, pull back scapula, and set here. So there's variations you can do that. You can be out here. I can rock up here. I can lift arms. I can rotate. I can do all kinds of things. But if you just start with this basic retraction and then lift off and engaging, keeping that spatula retracted, yeah, you can hold here, right? Just these like little tiny stupid movements that even like I myself in the past was like, what the fuck is the point of all this shit? And it's something, honestly, it's movement I did through motion on a lot of machines, so I never thought about, I just describe it like people would probably understand, like I'm being an idiot in this, but like you're honestly, I just describe it through how you're moving as you pull, right? Driving weight into the pad, throwing chest up, retracting shoulders. It's the same thing off the ground. If I can't generate movement off the ground, so imagine this is the back pad of a chest push machine, anything that's chest supported. This is my back. If I can't do this off a chest support, I can't ever retract my back. So you guys aren't doing this when you pull. Guys and girls, you're going like this. That's what you're doing. Literally. Like it's this. Like you're getting the neck part right and you're getting the chest lift part right, but you're not being able to retract your shoulders, which is the number one thing. So if we go over here, totally retract our spatulas, they would have. They'd be all over it. This guy's a fucking idiot. Fucking your scapula, man. I'm not cleared for heavy lifting, so I gotta keep it at 30 pounds. My doctor might be watching this. So if this is, again, if we do this with no weight, if you come over here, yeah. If this is just laying on the floor, obviously we're not anymore because I'm in a seat. But if my legs were straight down and I'm laying on the floor here still, this is me relaxed on the floor. This is my head coming back. This is my shoulders coming back. This is how I start most people in their pulls, is this position, this end position on the floor. So I'm retracted in scapula, I'm retracted in shoulders, and neck pressure is backing down. And then instead of letting my shoulders go to let out like I did on the floor, I'm gonna let my hands pull me back to that posture where I'm dead here again, and I'm gonna rock shoulders back, up through again. So again, we end up in this position. If I'm not holding handles, I'm here. So if you can't do this sitting here on the machine, pull your head back, rock off, most of you are doing this, like I said. You're trying to bounce off here. You're not using this to push through. That's like the major thing that's going on with all back training. You guys and girls can pull on whatever angle you want. You can try and do as much weight as you want, but you'll notice that if your weight is too heavy, you will not be able to do the posture we just did, where we end up in this position, or even able to start here and maintain this and even rock up to here. So I can get, once I get more comfortable in this range, my let out becomes longer and I'm able to rock. My let out almost becomes rounded. And I had someone make a comment to one of my people I trained the other day, who just remained nameless, made a comment to them, because this person saw me training my client on back and said, you know, if you ever need any help or anything, let me know, because your back should never do this when you're doing back. Should never do that. No, your back shouldn't, because you don't know how to train fucking back. You have no idea how to lock down. You have no idea where to fucking stimulate. Everyone who does back, who thinks they know back, does this here, which again, cool. We're kind of in the right spot. Hips aren't far enough back, not enough weight on the chest pad, and it's this. And just rock here. As you can see, my shoulder retraction on that, even if I put my arms down, is this. It's not enough movement. Path of the arm, whatever, it doesn't matter. Length of let out. If I can't get this shoulder, because when I'm letting out here, I'm not trying to reach for reach's sake. This isn't reaching for the sake of reaching. I'm here and I'm letting my hand releases. My shoulder hasn't moved yet. So my hands release, my shoulders, my forearms and hands are pulling my shoulders forward. Now my shoulders dip out of posture where they should be, so they relax forward like they do on the ground. And now I set them, so I roll them through chest pad and I rock up through. That's a full pull. So all you people out there that are, I'm a physio person and I understand biomechanics and your back should never round. Maybe true posturally for an average person, maybe they shouldn't, because odds are they don't know how to pull or where to put weight, where to displace weight, where to drive from. It's probably a good idea not to let them round. But that's the average person. We are not average. We're bodybuilders and we're trying to fucking build physiques here. If you don't come out of posture and go and have the ability to rock back into posture and rock through and understand holding tension in places that allows the body to move, you'll never develop. Person that said that looks like a walking blob. Has no back, has no development. I don't think has ever competed. So has no basis or any platform to stand on other than like, I read in the book you're not supposed to do that. Well, don't talk to an elite bodybuilder and tell them that you know more about back when they're walking around with a back that's 5 times better than yours. Like, you could never have that back. Do you know what I mean? Whether they train with me, whether they train with someone else, their development is off the charts. Yours is not even chartable. So it's like, don't give advice where it's not needed. I'm not gonna walk up to fucking Steph Curry and be like, hey man, your release on your shot's a little high. Could be a little sooner. You need a little more elevation off the floor before we actually let the shot go. He's gonna be like, who the fuck are you, dude? It's the same in this instance, except everyone in this world believes that they have a valid opinion just because they take part in working out as well. I come here too. I do all this stuff. I read all I see all the stupid videos about rehab on Instagram, and I think that rehab movement directly correlates in every instance to bodybuilding, which it doesn't. It's like, it's designed to teach you like training wheels on a bike, and then you gotta get moving, right? They gotta ride the bike for real. So that shit just pissed me the fuck off the other day, but yeah. Use those 2 warm-ups. You guys can look up there's a whole gamut of movements for shoulders and understanding how to really like retract shoulders, hold positions, like chin tuck, all this stuff we do, because like, to be honest with you, guys and girls in bodybuilding, we've all gotten to this, whatever they want to call it technically, whether it's an anterior tilt, an anterior like head tilt, where I'm always forward on stuff, we're all like that. It's literally, we walk like cavemen because the traps in the back are so overdeveloped most of the time, especially people who are like overdeveloped here. The head is nowhere to be but here, so it's like this. So it's literally walk like this. No one is here. But if you lift properly and you engage mid-back, lower lat, lower trap, that shit all cinches you down and gives you posture to be a little more, not that you're supposed to walk around like, oh, but like the body understands like, oh, I can be up a little taller. And when I constantly reinforce that through movement, through patterns of movement, lifting my chest, rolling my shoulders, lifting my chest, rolling my shoulders. If you're in this posture all the time while you're lifting weight, as soon as you let go of weight, your body's like, oh, I don't need to be here. So I don't go pull things into me. I get up through things all the time. So it's even easier to hold that posture when I'm not holding 100 pounds in my hand. So the body conditions itself and acclimates to that positioning, right? But, you know, so don't forget, retract your spatulas and be conscious of your clitoral spine.